Welcome back. Thank you for joining me on Cooking with Alex. My name is Alex, and today we are making a summertime and springtime favorite. We are making a zesty shrimp and arugula pasta. Trust me, it's gonna be delicious, it's gonna be fast, it's gonna be easy, you're gonna love it. If you have any seafood fans in the family, trust me, this is what you wanna go with. It's gonna be great. Let's get cooking. All right, I wanna show you guys how easy it is to make this dish. Trust me, it's that simple. I know, I can already hear it. You guys getting ready to type in those comments, Alex, I'm so busy, I have no time to make this. Trust me, it's that simple and it's that easy. It takes no time at all. If you wanna do a little prep the night before, it makes it even easier, but trust me, you're not gonna need it. Okay, so we're gonna start off by chopping one onion. So go ahead and cut that right down the middle there. Should avoid cutting your finger. Keeping this root intact, that's actually what's gonna save you from crying later on. But go ahead and get rid of all that extra stuff that you don't need. I always like to take a couple layers off of the onion just to get rid of those imperfections, and you get that nice, clean, like white onion. I like to use white onions or sweet onions. They add a little bit of flavor to the dish that I personally love. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and we're going to chop the onion. Make sure to be careful of your fingers there. Now I like to chop my onion a little bit bigger, if not julienne. That way you get a little bit more, it gives you something to bite into, which is just really nice, and I find is just excellent with this dish. So go ahead, make those big chops in there. Make sure to avoid your fingers. Now if you like your onion chopped really finely, go ahead and do that. That's totally fine. You can chop your onion however you want to chop it. Look at that. Perfect diced onions every single time. Now remember, it's your kitchen, so you're allowed to make a mess. Trust me, nobody on the outside is going to see it unless you're doing a YouTube channel like I am. Look at those onions, delicious. Okay, so when it comes to chopping onion, I'm not gonna lie, I have not found one trick that works perfectly each and every single time. Sometimes I find that washing my blade under cool water before cutting helps, sometimes cutting off the root helps, sometimes not cutting off the root helps. I've tried a few. If you guys have any great suggestions on how to avoid crying while chopping your onion, besides just being really quick about it and putting it in the fridge, let me know down in the comments. That'd be great. Okay, so next we're gonna be chopping up some garlic. Trust me, garlic's gonna add much needed flavor to this dish. So go ahead and pull off 2 or 3 cloves, depending on the size and how much garlic you actually wanna add. Go ahead and smash those down right under the blade of your knife. You just get right under there and you just push. Make sure to watch out for the sharp edge of your knife. So once you've smashed them down, it'll make this process a lot easier, trust me. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna finely dice and finely mince. I think the better term is mince, I believe. So you're gonna finely mince your garlic. You can either do that by rapidly chopping it or quickly chopping it as it goes there. I've also found that using a microplane grater really helps when it comes to getting your garlic super fine and perfect for sauces, perfect for pastas. Take that and you just go ahead and just finely grate that over there. Just make sure to watch your fingers. Look at that, that's perfect and ready for you. That's gonna be great. If you wanna do a little bit of both, that works perfect as well. That works really, really well. If you wanna microplane a few of them, or if you've already smashed it like I did here where it's too much to grate there, just go ahead and chop it. Get it in there, get that mince going. Just make sure to watch your fingers as you do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and save this into a separate bowl because I find that garlic cooks a lot faster than onion. So I'm gonna add that in one right after the other, but I'm gonna save a little bit of time while doing it, so. Okay, so now you're gonna go ahead and heat your pan or skillet under medium to high heat. Go ahead and add about a tablespoon of olive oil and let that come up to temperature. Okay, so now that this is the temperature, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna add your onions in there. And just let those sweat. Okay, so now while those are cooking, we're gonna go ahead and add our pasta to water. You want these to kind of sweat a little bit because you want that caramelization. You're going to see that in this brown color that they got going on here. This is the perfect time to add salt to your onions. And go ahead and crack on a little bit of black pepper as well. It's really going to draw out that flavor as you cook the onions. Okay. So now that your onions have got this translucent color, that's when you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna add your garlic in. Go ahead and get that in and just give that a stir. Let those cook up a little bit. Okay. So while I have that cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna zest and juice my lemon. So take that, let's go ahead, give that a nice zest. Make sure to take the sticker off. That is definitely not yummy. Alright, go ahead and just zest your lemon down. Try not to get too much into this white, because that's where you're going to get your bitter flavor, and that's not going to be tasty at all. There we go. Look at all that. That is just delicious right there. Take that. Cut your lemon. You're gonna juice that. So give it a little roll beforehand if it's already not juicy. And that's how you're gonna get all your flavor out. Okay, so you're gonna cook your onions until they start to turn this little nice opaque color. You don't wanna cook them until they're burnt. You wanna make sure to keep that heat where it needs to be to cook these onions. So now that this has been cooking, this is when you can go ahead and you can add your seasoning in there. And you go ahead and add your oregano. Go ahead and add your oregano and your basil. Go ahead and add that right in. Make sure not to let this overheat because your spices will burn. Go ahead and add your paprika and your red pepper flakes. Go ahead and give that a little stir, get those onions nice and coated. Oh, I mean, that is awesome. You can really get that aroma in there. I mean, can you guys just give that a little smell? Oh, sorry. Okay, now that you've added your spices, that's when you can go ahead and add your wine. You're gonna want a dry white wine or just one of your favorites. It's gonna deglaze. It's gonna deglaze that pan a little bit. But trust me, it's gonna bring a lot of flavor out in your dish, and it's gonna be great with your shrimp. Okay, so go ahead and add that. And just let that cook down. Let that reduce down, and you're gonna get an amazing sauce that's gonna be perfect with that shrimp and pasta. So I like to add red pepper flakes and paprika. It gives a nice little heatness to it, a little bit of spice. If you're not that into spice, you can go ahead and skip the red pepper flakes, but trust me, that paprika, that is where you're gonna get a lot of flavor from. Okay, make sure that you're keeping an eye on your pasta so it doesn't overcook. You want it just a little bit of a bite to it. It's hot. That's almost ready. A couple more minutes and we'll be good.
A few moments later.
Okay, so when you think that your pasta's done, that's when you want to pull it out. Right before you think it's done, and it'll be perfect, because it's going to keep cooking unless you run it under some cool water, and that's what we're going to do right now. Look at that. That is our shrimp. That looks gorgeous. We got that nice briny seafood smell that shrimp has, which is I personally love. I love that seafood smell. We have our shrimp. When I got it from the store, it was already deveined and peeled. So when you get shrimp that's already been deveined and cut down the middle, you're still gonna have the shell on the outside. So you're gonna wanna get rid of that. Unless you wanna cook it in the pasta with it, which you can, you're gonna get a little bit of flavor. But to be honest with you, it's not gonna be a game changer. So I like to go ahead and just peel my shrimp. And this is when you're gonna wanna check, make sure you get that devein. Now, you can leave the tail on if you want that for your presentation. Super simple, you just leave it on, it breaks off. And then you have your shrimp there. If you want to go ahead and take that off, you can. You have your meat there, you won't have to worry about it later. When you get shrimp that's been deveined at the top here, it makes this a whole lot simpler. It's already been cut down the middle, so that way it's easy to peel the shrimp off. And then just go ahead and repeat for all of your shrimp, and you will be good to go. Now I love shrimp. It's super easy, it's quick to make, and it's delicious. It's got a lot of flavor and a tiny bite. And you can get frozen shrimp, it's just as good as the fresh shrimp. It just happened to be on sale when I went to the market and got some fresh shrimp, which is good because it just means it's a little bit fresher. But trust me, with most frozen foods now, it is perfectly safe and it's gonna taste just the same. They do a flash freezing process, which is actually just as good, if not better, because then you know that your shrimp hasn't been sitting around for a while without it coming to room temperature, which is not yummy. You're gonna get about a pound of shrimp. If you want to do more, you want to do less, that's totally fine. Either way, it's good. If you got a big family and need to do more, just go ahead and double the recipe. Okay, so that's it. You've done all your prep. You've prepped your onion, you've prepped your garlic, and you've prepped your shrimp. Everything else is just portioning and putting it together. That's it. That's how simple this dish is. Okay, so now that this is reduced down, that's when you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna add your shrimp. Let's go ahead and dump them right in there. Just get them all spread out and get them tossed and coated. Okay, so it just takes just a couple of minutes on each side to cook the shrimp. Keep an eye on that, make sure it's getting direct heat. Go ahead, flip those bad boys over. If you notice that some are cooking faster than others, put them over that heat. That's how you're gonna make sure you get that nice even cook from the shrimp. Okay, so once you flip your shrimp, that's when you can go ahead and make your adjustments. You can add more pepper if you need it. You want a little bit more heat, go ahead and add your red pepper flakes then. And don't worry, I didn't forget about the lemon juice and the lemon zest. We're gonna add that now. Just go ahead and scrape that out of the bowl. Toss that right in. And go ahead and give that lemon a squeeze. Squeeze it right into the pan. You can add that freshness, which this dish is really gonna need. You're gonna get that savoriness from the onions, you're gonna get that savoriness from the shrimp. This acid is really gonna help cut through that. Now, go ahead and drop a couple little seeds. Just go ahead and pick those out with your tongs. It's okay. Remember, you're cooking at home. Nobody's watching you. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Alex, you told us that there was going to be arugula in this dish, and I have not seen any arugula. Don't worry, you're going to save that to the end. You just want to wilt the arugula just a tiny bit. So go ahead and add that in right now. So then you're going to cook it down, just wilt it just a little bit. You don't want it to overcook, you don't want to burn. Go ahead and kill the heat. And pull that up. Don't worry, trust me, I know it seems weird, but the residual heat from this cast iron pan is going to do the rest of the cooking for you. You don't want to overcook the shrimp, and you don't want to overcook the rest of the arugula. So now that we're done cooking, now it's time to plate and serve. So go ahead and grab your favorite plates, and I'll show you how easy it is. Okay, bring your pasta over. Grab some of that. You can just dump it on the plate, serve it however you want at home. I like to be a little fancy when I'm at home. Go ahead and give your pasta, if you want that nice little stack of pasta, give it that little turn right at the top. And you see it creates that perfect little mound right on top. Go. There we go. Get that nice little mound of pasta. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab some shrimp, put it right on top. And go ahead and distribute evenly. Now remember, you're the chef here, you're the cook, so if you want to give yourself a couple extra shrimp, you go ahead and do that. You've earned it. Just make sure to get all of that juice, all that white wine sauce that you spent so much time reducing, make sure that ends up on the plate. And there you go, you're done. What did I tell you? Super simple to make, easy, a little bit of prep, a little bit of faith in yourself, and you got this. Now go ahead and enjoy.